people pointing the fingers, one thing or another. You get your rear end in there and you play the way you know how to play. We can win the game. We're going to open it up. We're going to go fast tempo. Defense, get after Jordan Love. You can't give him that much time. You do what you're supposed to do, we'll win this game.
Yeah, check.
Yo, this JB the Cowboy fan, and yes sir, I'm back with another one. Yo, I've been looking at my videos I put out lately, and a lot of comments and responses I've been getting. I'm not a real Cowboy fan, and shout out to my subscribers though. But, I've been a Cowboy fan since 1980. I caught the glimpses of Starback. I watched Danny White. I saw Troy Aikman. I saw Quincy Carter. I've seen all the quarterbacks we had. I supported all of them. I supported Romo. When people used to talk about Romo, that he wasn't like, basically, he was a choke artist, and I defended him to the end. I defended him to the end. Here comes Dak Prescott. For 2016 to when he came in as a rookie, played that preseason game, I supported him day one. I supported 2016, I supported 2017, I supported 2018, I supported him 2019, I supported him 2020. He got hurt. He wanted to get his contract. Blah, blah, blah. Pay the man. Supported in 2021, 2022. Supported him in 2023. But you see, I used to battle and go back and forth with people about Dak Prescott. You see, not to say I wouldn't, because it's still sometimes where I seen a clip with Shady the other day on Speak when they talking about how Jalen Hurts is in this new offense that he said that is 95% more different, or it's more than the offense they had. So when that came in, starting this new offense with Mike McCarthy, Shady was killing him. I'm looking at that like, hold on, Shady. You was killing Dak because you saying he wasn't doing more because he didn't have as many picks as he had the year before. You're saying, he wasn't that good, but mind you, he was in a new offense with Mike McCarthy. So Jalen Hurts come in this year, he's in the new offense with Kellen Moore. And now Shady talking about, it's gonna take some time for him to learn. But you was killing Dak last season when Dak was in the new offense, and the offense kind of, it sputtered a little bit in the beginning of the season. He tried to blame it on Dak not being, the quarterback, everybody talking about. I get him what he was trying to say, but you can't come now and then, you sound like a hypocrite now, because now you saying, it's going to take some time for Jalen Hurts. 95% of this offense is new. We seen what they did when they had the offensive coordinator last season. So now y'all gonna check out that episode of Speak when they'll talk about Jalen Hurts got 95% new offense now. But yeah, but still, my point is, I support that. And this is like, I started doing content like the beginning of the season, beginning of this season that just passed. I started doing content like in August, like beginning of the season. It was mainly because, you know, I felt like when I would watch other content creators and voice my opinion, I even contribute financially to some of these content creators and their platforms and stuff. But at times I would feel like, you know, my voice wasn't heard or my opinion wasn't heard or what you know, whatever the case may be. Not that they was doing something intentionally not to, you know, hear my side of the coin, but, you know, I just felt like, you know, I had something to say and I kind of just wanted my opinion on my voice to be heard as a fan. So when I started out content in the beginning, I started out with my Cowboys, with what we came from in 2022, coming into 2023, with the expectations I had with what, you know, what's been happening. So this just ain't no, oh, I'm just a Dak hater, I just started off with, no. I came in when I started making my content. One of my first 2 or 3 videos was Dak Prescott gonna be MVP of the Super Bowl, because that was the expectations I had from him, from watching him from the 8 years and what he's been through, what he showed in the regular season, what he's been through in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I figured, like, okay. All right, Dak. You fell short last year, but okay. You got a couple new weapons. Which you had some weapons in the past. You got a couple new ones. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You've called plays in the preseason. You call actual games in the preseason. So you coming on to this offense. You coming on with Michael McCarthy. I'm like, okay, Dak. All right. You know. Shit. Yeah, and that when I started making my videos, I defended Dak like I was defending him from 2016 up until this past year. But I was like, me saying what I'm saying can't defend him. Me saying what I'm saying or posting the stats, the numbers, everything he did in the regular season, I can't change the narrative. That gonna have to change the narrative. His game is gonna have to speak for himself. His gameplay is gonna have to change the narrative. I can't change his narrative by making videos and talking, but I see. And when we had that playoff game against Green Bay Packers, that was it for me. I definitely can't speak for him no more. And I understand and I see what type of player he is when it matters. And going forward, I just don't think he's gonna be the guy, bro. He's not gonna be able to get it done. He's had the weapons that he needed. It's about this with Dak Prescott when it matters most. And he shits himself. And all I've been hearing is the defense. Every time we lose, it's the defense. It's the defense. It's the defense. All the time. But yet still, we don't, y'all Dak fanboys, Dak apologists and defenders, you don't look at early in the game when Dak punts, the offense has to punt, an interception, 3 and out, field goal. That's what Dak does early in games. He's the king at punting. He's the king of 3 and outs. He's the king of turning it over whether he get a sack fumble or whether he throw an interception and kicking field goals. I hope our running game do something this season, because if we don't have a running game, Dak Prescott done. What he like? I forget the stat. It's like 30-5 or 35-7 or some shit. When we rush over 100 yards or something like that. Boy, I hope our run game be in check this season, or else we're gonna be 3 and outs, or we'll get a first down. We might be getting a drive, and then bam, we out. We got a punt. So we either 3 and out, we either punt, field goal, interception. I would say sack fumble, but that happens sometimes, but not more than 3 and outs, field goals, interceptions, and punts. That's what Dak is good for. And then the defense get out there, and then when the defense don't play well, they be like, oh, it's the defense fault. But damn, what about in the beginning of the game when the defense, like one example, in the Green Bay playoff game. Okay, the defense gave up 7 on the first drive. Okay, bam. Okay, Dak get the ball. Ain't he a veteran? When he the runner-up MVP, he can't come back down and match them 7 points. He can't come back down and match them 7 points. He can't come down and match them 7 points. And then he gets like a first down or something, but then ultimately punting after maybe, 6 or 7 plays, they punt. Excuse me. They punt. The defense makes Green Bay punt, give Dak the ball back, and Dak throws a pick 6. So I'm like, oh man, like he did that in the 49ers game. We think so. Like, and then it's always the defense fault. It's always somebody else's fault. But okay, I mean, all I hear like it's a team sport. You don't know football, man. I know it's a team sport, man. And me make my videos about that. It's not about. I'm blaming everything on Dak. I just look at it like he is the quarterback. He is the leader. He gets paid the type of money when you have deficiencies on your team. Him being the leader, being a quarterback, being paid the amount of money and the money he's asking to be paid, he's supposed to cover the deficiencies on the team. You see? That deficiency, his deficiency, compound our deficits on, defense, special teams, whatever it may be. We lacking a particular player on offense or something like that. That deficiencies compound our deficits. Because that's what he do in the beginning of games. And then he rack up all these yards, all these padded stats he got. He rack up all these garbage time yards. He down by 3 scores because he done fucked around in the first half. Now he down by 3 scores. So the defense playing prevent. So he just racking up yards and then end up still losing the game. but it's the defense. I just beg to differ on that, man. I just beg to differ. And I'm sorry. I've looked at the numbers. Hell, y'all want to talk about stats don't matter, but y'all bring up Dak stats all the time. All he got is stats. He ain't got no NFC. He got NFC East trophy, but he ain't got no NFC Championship trophies. That's playoff time. See, y'all can bring up Dak stats, which really don't amount to nothing because they're all about regular season. But when we bring up about stats that show that a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes had way less weapons than Dak Prescott. Oh, Patrick Mahomes a phenom. But wait a minute, man. Look at Patrick Mahomes' numbers from, I said 2021 to 2022 and 2023. And look at Dak Prescott's numbers. See, if Dak can put up the same or even better numbers than Patrick Mahomes, I mean, what are you saying? Like, I get it. And I know Patrick Mahomes, he a good ass quarterback, man. Don't get me wrong with what I'm saying. Like, I know people say you compare Patrick Mahomes to Dak Prescott, but don't they compare Dak Prescott to Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning? You know, they always compare his regular season stats to their regular season stats during the time they played in the season. So I'm like, well, damn, y'all gonna compare his regular season stats to them greats who won Super Bowls. I mean, why I can't compare his stats to Patrick Mahomes and show that Patrick Mahomes did more with less? Ain't Dak Prescott a top 5 QB? That's what y'all telling me. Dak Prescott a top 5 QB. So shouldn't he be able to do more with less if he's top 5? He top 5, but he not on Patrick Mahomes level. Okay. But I bet you Dak Prescott had more weapons than Patrick Mahomes the last 3 years, and a lot of quarterbacks. A lot of big name quarterbacks y'all talk about. Dak has had more weapons than them and done nothing with them. So I don't know. I'm like, yo, I get it. It's a team sport. It takes coaching. It takes defense. It takes the water boy. It takes everything. But when my number one concern when it comes down to it, it's your quarterback. Because he gonna get all the credit for the wins. So why can't he get all the credit for when he loses? He get all the credit for the wins, but he can't get all the credit for the losses? Hold on now. He's supposed to get credit for both, right? No excuses. See, that's where I'm at with that. It's not about hate. It ain't got shit to do with hate. How am I hate somebody I really don't even know? That's a waste of energy right there in the first place. I'm just giving my opinion and my critique of what I've seen for the last 9 years. And I'm not gonna be no fool about it. Dak is fool's gold, bro. He's fool's gold. He's a good guy. He don't get in trouble off the field. Well, he is some type of SA case, but I think the man got better character than that, but you never know. But I'm not accusing him of anything. No. It's sad that this shit is going on for him personally to have something like that anyway. So I believe the guy got high character off the field. But we can't mix a good guy with high character off the field with poor play when it matters on the field. Ain't you a Cowboy fan? Or are you just a fan of one player? I mean, I thought it was a fan of the team. And you wanted what's best for the team. And in my opinion, my best for the team is to let Dak go or let him waive his no trade clause. And I'm glad Jerry Jones is not giving him no extension. I'm glad Jerry Jones holding his ground. Because if he's a quarterback that wants to be paid like Patrick Mahomes, you need to do Patrick Mahomes things then. And really, and I ain't taking up from Patrick Mahomes, but I'm just saying, if you got a quarterback, they say, of Dak's caliber, and to have more weapons than Patrick Mahomes, I don't really think you need Patrick Mahomes' talent if you got the other talent around you. Ain't that what they saying now? He need more, but he always had more talent. He's had more talent than Patrick Mahomes around him. Consistently, Patrick Mahomes did it the last 2 years with a tight end. 2022, 2023, all he had was Travis Kelce. And don't get with me about Kansas City defense, because it wasn't no better than the Cowboys defense. Well, Kansas City defense showed up when it matters. Well, why don't Dak show up when it matters? How about that? Because I know 2 playoff games when Dak played against the 49ers, our defense held on to 23 and 19 points. So when it mattered most, why didn't he step up then? Oh, the defense did step up. Yeah, the stats are good during the season, but when it matters most, the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. Well, damn, when it matters most, Dak got good stats during the season, don't he? But when it matters most, what does he do? But he never gets the blame, huh? He never gets the blame. It's always the coaches. We ain't had no running game. We ain't had no defense. We ain't had no linebackers. We ain't had no D tackles. But damn, didn't the Cowboys lead the league in turnovers like 2 years in a row? I think they were like the number 1 defense in 2021 or 2022, one of those. But in 2 of the last 3 years, they led the league in turnovers. That defense led the league in turnovers. And they was up there with the top. They would have to be like top 5 in sacks, at least top 8 in sacks, with leading in turnovers. That means Dak Prescott was getting the ball back a lot more than a lot of these quarterbacks was getting. He was getting multiple opportunities. Even in his fuck-ups. When he throw picks and pick sixes and fumble the ball, getting sacked because he can't protect the ball. And 3 and outs and field goals and punts. The defense still led the league in turnovers 2 of them 3 years. And 2 of them years, that was the overall number 1 defense. How much more does he need? Oh, we need the defense to step. Well, what about when they play Buffalo? Okay, I mean, shit. We had injuries on defense. Just like the excuses y'all give. Well, CD Lamb dropping balls. Well, we had defense that was hurt, couldn't stop the run at times. At times. Not they couldn't stop the run all the time. At times. And a lot of those times was because they was on the field too goddamn much. Because your quarterback could produce shit. couldn't put pressure on the other team. 3 and outs, punts, field goals, interceptions, fumbles. How is that putting pressure on the other team to play out of their character? So your defense can take advantage of that. Not just being a defense doing it on their own, but your quarterback working with your defense. By not turning the ball over and putting them in fucked up predicaments. How do you throw picks in the red zone? I bet Dak done threw more picks in the red zone than any quarterback. I'm gonna look that shit up. He good for throwing picks in the red zone, giving the opposition good field position, so then y'all can complain about the defense can't stop the run. Come on, man. Yeah. I'm gonna stay on his throat. Because I feel like how I defended him all these years, and definitely coming into this season, shit, I felt like I was old for you to get Super Bowl MVP. Shit, much as I spoke up for you, much as I took darts for you, yeah, I might be kind of pissed, damn right. Because he folded when I was like, nah, this is his year. I don't care, he finna ball this year. Man, did the same thing he did the last 2 years in a row. Come on, man. Y'all still got them gonna drink the Kool-Aid on this shit? I'm not. Nah, I'm not. Yo, this JB the Cowboy fan. I appreciate y'all for listening to me. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go, Cowboys.